Ask a question?
No.
All right. All right, welcome to the San Antonio Toros section of the press conference today. Victory 24-0. Let's start with Coach Stan Bedwell. Anyone have a question for Coach?
Yeah, Coach, talk about, it's the Continental Football League. It's the first official game of the Continental Football League. How did that feel for you tonight?
Very, very frustrating.
Oh, okay.
It's great to always get out and compete against another professional football team. The Syndicate, all credit to them. The guys played hard the whole game, and it wasn't a thing when you look at it. You might say, hey, 24-0 at halftime, they took it easy. That's not the case. We tried to score. We tried to score to the final, till the clock hit 0 in the fourth quarter, and credit to them for making stops on defense and making it really hard for us. And so it was good, and really appreciate the competition. It was nice.
Is the frustration with your team's performance? The officiating crew, tell us more.
I'll just say my team's performance.
Easier on the checkbook, huh?
Yes.
Coach, talk about the Syndicate. Obviously, an upgrade from last week's competition. Talk about what looked different to you from the sidelines compared to last week.
We were going against professional football players. I thought there was a few good players last week, but all 11 guys on the field were guys that can play the game, guys that have played at high levels, and I thought they had a great defensive game plan for us. Our yards didn't come easy, and so we had to fight for everything we got today. And like I say, can't say it enough. Hats off to them. They made us work for it.
Talk about your quarterback. It was more difficult on him today as well.
Yeah. Like I said, their game plan was good. A lot of the things that were open last week and things that maybe have been open in practice for us weren't open. So I thought that they scouted us quite well, and they made us work for it. And we made the plays that we needed to win the game, but there's a lot of plays that we left on the field. And I think we had 3 times in the second half that we got down in the red zone and had a drop ball on a field goal and then 2 turnovers that shouldn't have happened. And so there's a lot we got to clean up, a lot we got to get better on, and it's probably good for us because I would assume most people, if you're looking on paper within the league, from the experience of the staff to the pedigree of a lot of the players we have, on paper we're probably the top team. We're probably the favorites. I don't think anybody's going to deny that. And I think for our guys, it was really good for them to come in and have somebody hit them in the mouth some and show us that we can't just sleepwalk through it, that we're going to have to earn everything.
Devontae scored 2 touchdowns tonight. Great performance from you. But how did that feel to be out? And, the preseason game was great. You guys ran all over the place. But to have some real competition tonight, what was that like for you?
It felt great. It's a blessing to be able to come out here and play against competition that we did. And the boys was good. They game planned us against us great. We executed. We just got to come out better next time and eliminate any mistakes that we did. But like I said, we played a great team. It felt great, competing against guys that can possibly be in the pros after this. So it was a great opportunity, honestly.
Devontae, I wanted to ask, the first half was very chippy. I know that Coach could see what he was from the sideline, but you were out there. What do you think made this game so chippy? Do you think it was that it was official week 1 COFL teams, or you guys were talking trash online? What do you think happened?
It's a little bit of everything, honestly. We had a little trash talk online. First week, always get the first week jitters out. You got to get those out, Playing against pros, again, like I said, it's going to be back and forth. That's what happens, But as long as you get back to your job and play the game, that's all that really matters.
Yeah, and to touch on that, for a game that I thought was very chippy and probably a lot more talking back and forth than I like to see. As soon as the clock hit 0, I thought that there was a lot of respect on both sides, and that's really good to see. That sometimes that's just part of the game, but it's not anything personal. And for me, it was really good to see guys saying, "Hey, catch me in the parking lot after the game," things like that, and then they're out there hugging after the game. And so it's just competitiveness. It's a sport. That's what's the beautiful thing about football.
And then, Coach, last week you mentioned that in the Continental Shift you did not actually have any Canadian-style offensive plays because you had a 4-day training camp, 2-a-days, things like that. to this week, we saw you guys moving towards the line of scrimmage. We saw some different play calls that actually were different going into the fourth quarter than the first three. What did you think of the play, how they ran the plays with Canadian rules, and what would you like to see next week?
Well, we practiced it for 15 minutes so far. So I think every week we'll get better. One great thing is that, our quarterback will, and all four of the receivers that started in that group are guys that at least have CFL camp experience. So that's probably an advantage that we had over the Syndicate and probably over most teams in the league, is that we have guys that have already done that. And they were a lot more comfortable running it than I was teaching it or even calling it. So, they're kind of helping me out, coming along with that. And it's just a process, but now we got a bye week next week, give the guys some days off, and then when we come back, we'll have more time we got the base offense in, we got some variations in, and now it'll be time to get more of the Canadian rules offense in.
Your defense did really well tonight, a shutout essentially, right? Tell us about that and what will be the focus going forward.
Well, the Syndicate's lucky they just had to play them tonight. We got to go against those guys every single day. And Coach Glanville doesn't let up on us in practice either. He comes at it just as hard. So the guy's a legend. He's a great coach, and there's a reason he's been at the levels he's been and how he's stuck in the sport for so long. And it makes it a lot easier for me as a head coach and as an offensive play caller whenever you got a guy that keeps getting you the ball like that. And I could honestly say if they didn't put us in such good field position so many times and get the ball back to us so much, this game might have went down to the very last second. We didn't play well enough on offense to win the game, but the defense carried us, and that's something I got to work on as a coach, being an area guy and being used to putting up a lot of points. It's something that I take personal, that I got to get a lot better with our guys.
Coach, let's go to Devontae. Have you played in the Canadian system before, or did the fourth quarter just blow your mind?
No, sir, I never played in it, but, we prepared as much as we can, so it really didn't blow my mind. You got to get in there, execute, do what you got to do. So it's cool to do. Like I said, they're giving us the opportunity to show that we can play in the NFL, UFL, and also the CFL. So it's a blessing that they're, expanding it, giving us opportunity to show what we can do. But, no, it wasn't too much to pick up on.
That play clock's a little more difficult.
Yeah, play clock a little different.
There's a little laundry on the field in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we're all learning, officials as well, because from our understanding, talking pregame, it was, okay, when the ball is spotted and the ref moves his hand, the play clock starts. But I think there when we got started, it was like, oh, the tackle's been made, the play clock starts. Yeah. And, if I know any players on our team or on the Syndicate, they heard me yelling a lot tonight. I'm having to talk really quiet tonight where my voice doesn't give out on me. But, I think it's a learning process. What we're doing is something different as a league and for every team. And so there's going to be those mistakes, not just by the players and the coaches, but also by the officials. But, I assume next week it'll be a lot better when you have the Syndicate playing the black gold, and when we come back in a few weeks and play the black gold, I think it'll be in the same thing. So we're all just working, doing the best we can to make this league the best that it can be, and hopefully get guys like Devontae moved on to the highest levels.
Well, safe travels back to San Antonio. Hope everyone gets healthy and you have a week off. Thank you very much. 24-0 is a good win.
Yeah, thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Coach Champagne and Ivan Thomas, tight end for the Syndicate, here for tonight. Coach, last week it was running up and down the field, doing anything you wanted to.
Yes, sir.
Everyone knew this one was going to be more competitive.
Yes, sir.
What are your initial thoughts of what you saw out there tonight?
It was a dogfight. It was a dogfight out there. Physical football game. Nice little chess match on both sides. Kudos to the Toros. They got a great team, good execution, right? Kudos to our guys for staying in the moment and adapting. Started very sloppy, but we didn't waver and we didn't lose our head all the way, right? All three sides of the ball was leaning on each other as best as possible, and sometimes we got it done and sometimes we didn't, but hey, it's a part of the journey.
Talk to us about the ejection. It was tough because we were up in the booth, so it was tough
Yes.
to hear kind of what was happening. And so the game was physical, it was
Right.
chippy,
Right.
there was a lot happening. How did
Yeah.
you guys adjust with the ejection, and what do you think about it?
So, like I told the guys at halftime, right? I told them when Coach Bedwell and myself, we were talking with the refs, and they said, "Hey, every side, the refs were fair across the board. Hey, it's one. Everybody get one strike either side of the ball." Our guys was notified about that, and situations and circumstances happen. And something we always preach to our guys is, "Hey, the ref is always right at the end of the day. How you gonna respond when the world or circumstance tries to tell you no, whether we agree with it or not? We got to move on, and we got to adapt." So it was an unfortunate ejection. Sloppy on me. I'll take full responsibility for that ejection, right? Because that's not who we are. But I'm grateful that it happened, and that was it after that. It wasn't anymore, because I've seen so many situations where it can escalate and be even more sloppy. So the guys responded late, but we need to do it sooner.
Coach, this is obviously, provided everything goes according to plan, this is going to be a rivalry for
Yes.
years to come.
Yes.
Ivan, give me you just signed recently, correct?
Yes, sir.
And all of a sudden you're jumping right into the middle of a pretty intense rivalry.
Yes, sir.
How did that make you feel today?
It actually made me feel kind of good. It's good for the league too also. You could tell that it's going to be a game that you're going to be looking forward to see. It was great. The competition, the pros, the atmosphere, just something that's good. And I don't know, I think, our team, got a little rattled, but in weeks to come, we're going to do better.
Guys, both of you can talk about the momentum shift on the block punt. It was early in the game. Both defenses played outstanding tonight, but that kind of set the tone for the rest of the first half. Talk about how you adjusted to that, because the second half you guys pitched a shutout.
Yeah. Our field position wasn't great tonight at all. It wasn't the timing and the tempo. We preach to that specials unit with the punter, long snapper, or kicker, long snapper holder in those cases where, hey, you guys dictate the tempo out there as far as pre-snap and post-snap. It happened. Again, seeing some situations where you're in terrible field position in the first drive that may have been, or second drive was very early in the game. And I hate that we gave up a score. In that series, I think we gave up a score like on a third down as well too. So we need to do a better job at finishing. But that could have went left more and more and more. So we got to get started sooner. That's the bottom line, right? Great job to our coaches, our players on all sides, and pitching that shutout in the second half and slowing them down in the second quarter as well. But it's got to be sooner, and that's something Ivan's been here a few days, but he's heard us say, "Hey, sooner needs to be sooner, needs to be sooner." So we'll clean that piece up.
What was the adjustment like in the locker room, right? You can't really change everything, but your guys' adjustment to go quick and to run the ball a bit more was much better.
Yeah, so with that, focus on one or two things at a time. Went in there with a calm approach, right? You could have went there with a rah-rah speech like you see in the movies, but that's not our style. We try to be organic, focus on some areas where offense needs to focus on, defense, win the time possession battle, right? Win the kickoff when we get out there. Defense, hey, win the first play. Not the first series, but the first play, right? I think we had a turnover on downs in that first drive going in the second half. And then with the offense, hey, take what they're giving us, bully ball by committee. Try not to hold the ball too long, and hey, don't force it. Don't force it, take it. So little by little. Clock management on my part needs to be better on that piece too. And as far as the down and distance on when to punt or when to take a shot, but that's on me. That's not on the players. So.
And Ivan, how was it playing in the Canadian rules?
It's kind of a little different with the high motion and stuff like that, but it's good for the league, a little versatile. This, NFL rules first and fourth quarter CFL, so it's good for the pros too. Also, to get ready for the next level if they go over to the CFL or just to be ready. So it was good.
It's fun to watch. Is it fun to play?
it is.
It's kind of everybody's got different jobs and it's a little freer.
Yeah, it's like a backyard football a little bit.
I love that.
It is.
Coach, I was down on the field there towards the end of the game, down 24-0. You know, obviously getting into the fourth quarter, there's not a whole lot of hope. But what I saw from your team was fire and intensity and getting after each other, both, hey, great job, and get your butt off the field, and, you know, let's do some hustle. Were you happy with your team's effort and intensity tonight?
Well, I love that piece, right? I'm looking here at the stats. Despite it being chippy and stuff, according to this, we only had 3 penalties for 15 total yards. So kudos to those guys for being disciplined. We're going to be who we are, right? And no one's ever perfect. So people will get animated here and there, but it doesn't prolong. 6 core values that we live by, that I've been instilling, or that our coach staff has been instilling with the entire team since February, March, is energy, effort, execute, together, tempo, tough. So if we stay on those lines, good things normally happen, you know, through the good, the bad, the terrible, and outstanding moments. So very proud of the guys, all the guys, all sides of the ball, and the coaches as well. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to those guys for being disciplined, still being controlled aggression,
And you have something to build off after that second half performance.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You know, because everybody believed before, they believed during training camp last week, believed during this game, things didn't go our way, and that belief continued. So it just builds on our foundation to build what we're trying to accomplish with our vibe.
Coach, you got your first road game coming up next week, Tall City. I don't know what their final score was tonight, or if they didn't
So they
play.
had a bye week.
Yes.
They had a bye week.
They didn't play tonight. So you're going to be traveling to a rested team. What is your preparation this week for Tall City?
Well, you know, we'll get in the film, watch the film, allow the guys to have their load management days that we allot them during our weekly battle rhythm, get their recovery with their ice and things of that nature, get back in the weight room with the group workout days, watch film on them as well. With our football team, guys will be sending us notes either at the same time or before us coaches. So they're really locked in and invested. We're looking forward to that matchup with Tall City, looking forward to traveling, doing our first away game, and getting on the road. I personally love road games, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, I'm looking forward to it. We want to dominate our road record, so it starts next week.
That's a long ride out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is. It's going to be a dogfight ride, but we'll be
You
there.
have to stop halfway and stretch.
What? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Guys, I know you're ready to go home. Ivan, any final thoughts about next week?
You know, just chip out the stone next week. I look at this not a loss, as a lesson. So we're going to just build off that and, you know, continue to get this train rolling.
Coach, any final thoughts?
I want to highlight Ivan, man. So Ivan, he literally, when we say he just joined the team, literally Thursday midnight, yesterday walkthrough technically maybe. So a guy to come in, wait his turn, wasn't on that ego type stuff, and to capitalize not just with the catches, not just with aligning properly, but with his body language. When we think of energy, our value, we're talking about body language. So kudos to him for doing that. And, hey, I'm grateful that he's having this moment. I told him there, man, hey, it's your interview, man. Do your thing.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be fun to watch this rivalry for a long time to come. Best
Yes,
of luck next week. Ivan, welcome to Austin.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Or
sir.
Pflugerville.
Yep.
Anyone else have any final thoughts or questions? No. Coach, thank you very much. Y'all have a great night.
Thank y'all. Y'all
Hope
too.
everyone's healthy and y'all have a safe trip.
Yep. Thank you, sir. All righty.